when you do go to all these different parks, do fans ever ask you for your autograph on one of your photos?
No, because I try to make my photo. I won't put the photos online big enough that people can print them out, you know, because I don't want it's stealing my stuff, you know.
Smart.
But I am selling my stuff through my page or whatever, through my Instagram. I have a second account that's just my artsy prints, like animals and safari and stuff. But you know, it's a cool thing when in the off season, you know, everybody goes on vacation, and you know, everybody up here can afford to do, you know, kind of whatever they want. Go skiing, even though we're not supposed to. Whatever, but having been to like a real safari and seeing animals like that close, like a lion 15 feet away with no nets, no cages, that's a whole nother experience. And it makes you very grateful to return back to the city where you can go to, you know, In-N-Out Burger and order something and it's handed to you and you don't have to like kill something for it, you know? Because you see how it works over there and you see that, you know, we're not on the top of the food chain in some of those parts of the world.
Is the waiting game when you do take the pictures of all the animals, is that the toughest part when you do go for
yeah, so shoots? This time, like, we were told, like, strictly you can only bring X amount of weight in your luggage. So I'm like, well, I'm not gonna bring my computer, my hard drives, any of that stuff. So I brought a ton of memory cards. And then I was sitting there going like, okay, what is any of this gonna look like? You know what I mean? Because when you see it on the camera, it's this big. It's 3 or 4 inches like an iPhone or something. But when you can see it on the screen, the real big screen, and then you can print it out, that's it. So I didn't get to print stuff out until, you know, a couple weeks later. And then it was rewarding, like, I feel like the birth, there's like this gestation period, this lion just rolls out in black and white. I'm like, oh, I did it, all right, this is great. You know, and it's fun and it's very connective because I think a lot of people, you know, I think the cool thing about photography is you can take something that you've seen and you can show other people. You can't really explain to someone what it feels like to pitch in Yankee Stadium or to, you know, drive certain race cars or whatever, but you can, everybody can relate to the lion or the great white shark or something like that. You know, everybody's seen that. Those are like archetypes that we just are all aware of because of Discovery Channel and Planet Earth on BBC or whatever.
Your safari dance giraffe mix was pretty good.
Yeah, that was
cool.
cool.
Put up on YouTube with the using the GoPro, so you use the GoPro a lot.
Yeah, I use the GoPro a lot. The GoPro is cool because you can take it anywhere. So when you have a weight restriction, or I mean, this sounds bad, but obviously a DSLR or something is thousands of dollars, and if you smash your GoPro, but you got the shot, like, it's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay to ruin your $300 GoPro if you have the memory cards or you have it synced up, because you can sync it up to your phone. And so you're sitting there like downloading it onto your phone while it's sitting there on the ground and there's like lions rolling around. Like I had a big stick and I had it like outside the thing and like a honey badger's like trying to eat it. And I was like, I would never put my Phase 1 down there, my Canon. I'd be terrified, you know what I mean? But I'll do it with the GoPro because it's in a plastic case and it's protected, so you feel a little bit more protected. But the funniest thing I've seen in the GoPro so far is I was in the shark cage, and then one of the other
whites, right?
Yeah, it was great whites down in Mexico with my buddy Michael, who's a really professional photographer, Michael Muller. And so we're in the water, you know, and like the sharks are kind of swirling around or whatever. And then on my GoPro that I had mounted inside the cage, someone had one mounted outside the cage, and the shark like brushed against the cage, and all the video is just goes, the GoPro just goes and falls out. The other guy's GoPro, and I was like, ha, sucker! You know what I mean? So, I mean, I was like, hey, just go down and get it. It's like 300 feet deep, and there's sharks everywhere. You're fine. It's fine. You know what I mean? But he was just like, oh man. You know, it was really funny. So that's the cool part is I think if you have hobbies outside the game, then you get to meet cool people. And you know, we're going to be done with baseball at some point. I want to play as long as I can, but you know, I'm not going to be like Jamie Moyer playing until I'm 50. I don't think my body's going to allow me to do that. So.
Do you ever get nervous that you're going to lose your equipment, like the times where you're in the waves and you're getting all those cool wave shots?
Yeah, exactly. Like that's when you have to have like a tether on your wrist, like a wristband or something that's going to anchor you down. The scariest thing though is when you're at a motorcycle event, or because the riders can fall off at any point, and if they fall off, the bike could come straight at you, or they could come at you, or whatever. The cars typically crash like in a very straight line. You know, if they go off like at certain points, so you don't like sit there. But I've been probably I'm trying to think. I've been lucky that there haven't been any crashes right by me or right close to me. But I've shot like the IndyCar races and some of the street races in Long Beach and stuff. And I'll be out there and you have a fence with like a little hole this big that you can stick your lens through. And you're like, you know, because like stuff will fly off the car, like debris, and you're just like, don't hit my lens, you know? So the secret is, for all the photographers out there, you put one of those little B&W lens filters. It's like a UV filter or something. It's like $60. You put that on the front of your Canon L series lens, and then it's like an insurance policy, you know.
That's good to know.
Yeah, because then if something hits your thing, it's going to hit the filter, break the filter, then you're okay. It's like having a cover on your iPhone, you know.